folks, today we are taking a look at Transformers Prime Beast Hunters Deluxe Class Wheeljack. Now, as you can see, Wheeljack has had a little bit of a change, if you will. He does come with a disc-launching Falcon Spear. Say that 20 times fast. His stats have changed just a little bit. Back of the box shows the heavily photoshopped version of the figure. And there's nothing on the side but the figure itself. On the bottom, we've got Bumblebee, Laserbeak, and Soundwave. I'm sorry, Laserback. Laserback, not Laserbeak. So, let's go ahead and get him open and take a look. So here we have Wheeljack out of the packaging, and as you can see, he is rather detailed and just a little bit scarier, I would say, than his deluxe, or original deluxe counterpart. Now, there are a couple of changes here, not least of which being the face. So let me get it up nice and close. So I've got the original deluxe class figure here, and let me get him into frame so you can see the differences. As you can see, his face has quite a bit more paint added to it. We've got silver or gold at the top of his head. His eyes are actually painted. Funny enough, none of the Beast Hunters figures have any light piping. So, or none of the Autobots have any light piping, that is. So, I actually like the Beast Hunter face a lot more. Now, just to give you guys a good comparison of the difference of the two figures, you can see that the Beast Hunters figures, while they are technically the same transformation, they are actually different molded pieces. And we'll talk about that in a second. Now, as you see, Wheeljack is storing his swords in his back, or you could store them on his shoulders. Now, the new figure, you can do that, sort of. You can pretty much just put the swords in like that, and that's as good as you're going to get, because there's not enough plastic here to actually slide the swords down. In fact, there's not enough room, period, on the back of the figure to store the swords like you did with the original one. However, there are tabs down here at his feet, or behind his feet, where you can plug the swords in. So I'll just do that real quick for you. So you can technically store his swords on the back of the figure, even though he'll poke himself in their hindquarters. So let's take those off. His weapon is dumb. I'm going to say that flat out. His weapon is kind of dumb. It can be stored on the back with no problem. You can either store it like that with the launcher pointing up, or turn it around so he can reach up and grab it, though he probably won't be able to do that. The weapon itself folds out into a staff, and then you just push it, or pull it or push it, I can't remember which. I think you push it, oh, sorry, you pull it back, pull it down to launch the little disc. Now, the little disc does shoot a good ways. Not going to lie about that. I mean, it shoots a good foot, but sometimes it doesn't want to shoot at all. And it opens up to be like a capture unit. I guess there are going to be figures that you could put this around. You could probably fit this around Laserback's tail. Otherwise, I think the weapon's kind of dumb. But it does look good. It could, however, use some more paint. Nothing a tiny little Sharpie wouldn't fix, though. So we'll put that off to the side. Posability is almost exactly the same as the original figure. Ball joint in the head, ball joints in the shoulders, hinge joint for elbows. Fists have ball joint and hinge joints, legs, ball joints, hinge joint, knees, ball joint for feet. Now, this figure is a lot looser than the original, and that does prove to be a problem with the heaviness of the figure. It is a little bit heavier because of all this extra stuff. But the arms are horribly affected by this winged backpack of his. See, these wings get in the way no matter what you do. Because of this extension in his shoulder, you can't really get the shoulder to transform properly. As you can see in the original figure, you're supposed to put the shoulder back along to make his shoulder pad. You can't really do that here. I mean, you can get it, but things get in the way. So you can do it, but you're going to affect posability, and he's going to start picking up Dish Network. I swear, that looks like he's going to be picking up like Dish Network or NPR or something. Overall, the figure does look good. I love the look of the figure. But all this extra stuff just proves to get in the way, which is stupid. I don't like things that get in the way. And I prefer having his shoulder pads down as opposed to having the wings. Now, I don't know if he's going to have the wings in the show. As of this recording, it was just announced that in mid-February the show is coming back. Okay, so transformation is exactly the same, but because of all the stuff, it's a little bit more difficult. So we'll start off by taking the wings, collapsing them together above the head, and then folding them straight down. Then unpeg the midsection and push the head down underneath the windscreen, and fold that whole section up and snap the gold backpack pieces into the cavity formed by the head. And that is not easy, especially considering all the gold pieces are going to be suffering from gold plastic syndrome. Now, if you don't know what gold plastic syndrome is, I highly recommend you look it up. It is a real problem with Beast Wars era figures. For the hands, we're going to fold them in and pull them out and flip the hands around to form the front windscreen, like that. And then just get the head situated correctly. For the legs, fold the kneecaps in and put the feet straight down, push what was the kneecaps down, and then flip the feet around. So do it again here. Flip the kneecap in, put the foot straight down, pull the kneecap down, and flip the foot around. Then turn the legs, and normally I would just connect them, but because of all the kibbly bits and pointy bits, it's better not to. And I didn't have to do this in the original figure as well. And when I get him transformed, I want to talk to you guys about the plastic, because something weird is going on here. Okay, so now that we've got him to this point, we'll collapse the arms up correctly. Bring them in. Kind of push them back and then bring them in. And this is a lot harder on this figure for some reason, and it's just because of all the extra kibble. I did not have the same trouble transforming the original Wheeljack figure, for those of you who are wondering, who think I should suck less. Alright, so that's just about it. Okay, not really. So here we have the vehicle mode. Now you can put the weapon right on top, just fold it up and plop it right on top, and that will hold anything. He can also still store any of the swords underneath the robot mode, or you should still be able to put them up front, even though it does appear that the fronts might actually be different. So there is a little bit difference in the fronts, as you can see, but I think you can still store the swords up front like you could with the... Oh, yep, there they are. I just couldn't find them. I just didn't see them. The tabs are still there. I'm just being stupid. So, yes, you can still do the saber-tooth Lancia. Okay, so vehicle mode is actually quite nice. I like the look of the vehicle mode. I just wish you had some more posability with these gold pieces. I guess you could, if you pop the gold piece up a little bit, you could make them more wing-like, like that. My chief problem is all the new Beast Hunters stuff just gets in the way of the transformation. All the new spikes and whatnot. Now, that being said, I still like it, and I like the messed up paint scheme that the Beast Hunters series has. While this looks nice and dirty, like he's been rummaging through the dirt, Bumblebee's looks like he's been bled on. There is a problem that I've been noticing, and in certain spots, they've used different plastic. Like I said, the gold plastic syndrome is definitely evident, but in the white spots and in the green spots, the plastic is just about the same, but the figure doesn't feel the same. I know that sounds weird, but this figure, the way the plastic feels, it just feels much more brittle compared to the original. It doesn't feel nearly as sturdy, and I really, really am worried that pieces are just going to start breaking after a while. Like, these pieces of plastic, while hollow, are very, very flexible, and these are somewhat flexible. These wings, there is no chance these things are going to last 10 years. I mean, I think these are supposed to be swords or something, but look at how flimsy this is. That's just going to break. It's going to break. There's nothing I can do about it. It's just going to break. So would I recommend picking this up? If you don't have an original Wheeljack or you don't have a dead end, yeah, go ahead and get this guy. I think he looks cool, but just be aware that he's kind of on the fragile side, which makes no sense for a character like Wheeljack.